Welcome back to Movie Moshow. Today we are going to review the drama film, Belle. If you like our content, don't forget to like and subscribe. We post multiple times daily. Spoilers ahead. Dido Elizabeth Belle Lindsay was the biological daughter of Captain Sir John Lindsay, a member of the British Royal Navy, and Maria Bell, an African slave living in the West Indies, when she was born in 1761. After Dido's mother passes away in 1769, Captain Lindsay removes Dido from the West Indian slums and gives her to his uncle, the Lord Chief Justice William Murray, 1st Earl of Mansfield, and his wife Elizabeth, who reside at the estate Kenwood House in Hampstead, then outside of London. Together with their other great niece Lady Elizabeth Murray, whose widowed father had remarried to a woman who forced him to disown Elizabeth, Lord and Lady Mansfield raise Dido as a free lady. When the cousins are adults, the Mansfields commission an oil painting of their two great nieces, but Dido worries that she would be shown as a slave, like in other paintings of nobles with black servants. Dido becomes an heiress when her father passes away, giving her a sizable sum of £2,000 each year. In contrast, Lady Elizabeth won't receive any inheritance from her father because his son from his new wife is the only named heir. Although plans are made for Elizabeth to come out to society, Lord and Lady Mansfield are of the opinion that no gentleman will consent to marry Dido due to her mixed racial heritage. Lord Mansfield decides she will go to London with her cousin but won't be out to society and asks her to take her spinster great-aunt Mary's place as the housekeeper, with the implication that she won't marry, out of fear that lower status men will only marry her for her wealth and that a marriage to a lower status man will reduce her rank and shame the family. John de Vinier, the son of the priest, will be placed in illegal pupillage, thanks to Lord Mansfield. Gregson v. Gilbert, involving the payment of an insurance claim for slaves slaughtered when thrown overboard by the captain of a slave ship, an incident now known as the Zong Massacre, is heard in Mansfield in 1783. Dido aids her uncle in writing letters. She starts smuggling letters to John that she knows will help the abolitionists' cause once John informs her about the Zong case. John and Lord Mansfield disagree on the case's central contention. John is instructed to leave and is no longer under the tutelage of Dido. Dido's aunts, Lady Mansfield and Lady Mary Murray, want to set her up with Oliver Ashford, a cunning grandame's son and James Ashford's intolerant younger brother. James first shows interest in Elizabeth but stops dating her after learning she won't inherit anything. Dido accepts Oliver's marriage proposal despite still having a hidden relationship with John since Oliver is penniless. James scolds and gropes Dido after telling her she will bring shame to his family's name. Later, Dido informs Elizabeth about James' actual nature and offers to use some of her inheritance as a dowry so that she can find a suitable replacement. When John is confronted by Lord Mansfield about Dido's visits, he declares his love for her. She meets Oliver later and calls off their engagement. Dido feels relieved to see herself as Elizabeth's equal in the artwork when it is revealed. She informs Lord Mansfield that the portrait commission demonstrates his capacity to challenge expectations. The Gregson slave trading syndicate is not entitled to insurance benefits for the captives the crew tossed overboard during the journey. Lord Mansfield narrowly rules in a hearing. Dido sneaks into the Inn of Court balcony to see. Lord Mansfield learned that the Zong passed by numerous ports without stopping for more water before killing the slaves, despite the ship's officers' claims that they were out of potable water. The officers tossed the slaves overboard because they believed they would be worth more in insurance payouts after their loss and that their cramped quarters would make them sick and make it unlikely that they would sell for a high price at auction. After making his decision, while John and Dido are outside the court, Lord Mansfield remarks that Dido can only wed a gentleman. As a result, he consents to continue John's pupillage so that he can practice law. John and Dido embrace while openly expressing their loving sentiments. We see Dido and John getting married and having 2 boys in the credits. Elizabeth had 3 children with 3 different husbands. Their artwork stood at Kenwood House until 1922, when it was transported to Scone Palace, which is not far from Perth, the Lord Mansfield's hometown. Thank you for watching and don't forget to like and subscribe.